Hi everyone, you may know that I'm in the process of updating my manoeuvre videos, and I have already done the reversing into a bay where we use the 3-line method, but honestly it's not a method that I would use. So today I'm going to teach you the method that I would use. It's the 45-degree method. So the first thing that we've got to do is actually park close to and in front of the bay that we wish to reverse into, and I'm going to be using one of these bays on the left hand side. I've already done a couple of videos, one on car control and clutch control, and the other one on manoeuvre and observations. I'm not going to mention much about them today. I'm literally going to show you technically how to do the manoeuvre. So I'm close to these bays as I can. Imagine if there was vehicles in there, I wouldn't be hitting them, but I would be pretty close to them. And what I've done, I've positioned myself, or the driver, directly in the middle of the bay that I wish to reverse in. And you imagine if this rest of the car park was full of cars and this was the only car parking space available. It's actually pretty good because you've really parked in front of it. No one else is getting in that bay. And from here, it's a simple task, to be honest. We put it in first gear and do our checks everywhere. We move slowly and we steer as quickly as we can away from this bay that we're trying to reverse into. We've got to make sure that we don't go too far towards these bays, but we're looking for, in this left mirror, the line that's going to be to the left of our car. And the moment that I see it is usually far enough. I can't quite see it yet. I've still got a little bit of room. There it is. So I'm going to straighten my wheels by looking forward and then stop. And all effectively we've done, we've steered off to the right and pointed the bum of the car at the opening that we're going to try and reverse in. So from here, it's quite straightforward, into reverse, and then we reverse in a straight line until that line that we've just been looking for disappears. And that's about the time where we're going to be steering full left lock and just head the car into the bay. If you've got an interior camera, that's fine. You could maybe even just put the steering on and guide the car back in between the lines with the lines on the reversing camera, but honestly, not all cars have. So we're going to teach you how to do it without. So remember, straight line. When that disappears, which is now, I'm going to steer full lock round. And as you can see by the lines on the reversing camera, it looks as though it's going pretty much in between the lines. It's pretty good. So I'm going to continue. And then this is exactly the same as the straightening up on the 3-line method. So we're trying to finish in between the lines. And because we're reversing to the left, we're waiting for this door handle on the right-hand side at the back of the car just to fall inside the line, where it does now. And I'm going to straighten up and I'm going to equalise the gaps. Now, they're actually pretty good. I've done that pretty well. Just maybe this one's a little bigger, so I'm just going to go that way, just a tiny little fraction to make sure it's absolutely smack bang central. And then I'm going to look over my shoulder in exactly the same way we did for the other reverse bay, and I'm just reversing up to this curb. There we go, easy enough. So doing this manoeuvre to the right hand side is just literally a mirror image. It's quite straightforward. So I'm going to use the bays this time on the right hand side. I'm going to get close to them. Which bay shall I pick? The third one in. I think that's where I'm going to go. So what am I doing? Middle of the bay. There I am. Observations, no problem. But this time I'm steering full left lock away. And I'm looking for this line that's going to be to the right of our car, this time in my right door mirror, again, without going too far forward. So there's the line, straighten my wheels, perfect, stop. Now, this is an important part to it. When you're reversing this side, you can see much lower on the floor in your mirror than you can do of the mirror further away from you. And that's literally because of the distance that you're sat in relation to the mirror. I'm closer to it, so therefore I can see more on the ground. So whereas in the left side, we let that line disappear, we're not going to let it disappear this side. It's probably just before it disappears, just in the side of the mirror. So you will have to turn what you think is earlier as to what you see in your mirror. So I check around, no problems, and then what we're going to be doing is just when it's sat sort of like lying in the corner, that's when we're going to do our turn, probably round about now. So we're looking pretty good again. Just got to head round, and because we're reversing in this way, it's going to be this rear door handle to the left hand side that we're going to wait till it comes just back in that line, which is now. Straighten up and assess my gaps. My gap's a little bigger on this right side, so I'm just going to go a smidge in that way. They're equalised, they're staying straight. So I'll look over my shoulder again, back to the line. Like I said, that's the manoeuvre or the way of reverse bay that I would use. It's probably more suited to a real life car park. Using the 3-line method, yeah, you may be asked to do that on your test. However, you can use this method as well. But if you use the 3-line method, you park so far away and so far past the bay that you wish to reverse in. If you were to use that in real life, someone would probably just drive in your space that you wish. So for me, this is the one that I would use. Have a go yourself. Let me know in the comments how you get on. Keep safe. I'll see you soon.